Okay. So, did you get the chance to do the exercise that I asked you to do?
Yeah, I imagine something.
Okay. Did you research it or no?
No, just I search pictures,
Mm-hmm.
but I have made my own story.
Go ahead. Impress me.
uh, I'm going to talk about Mike, and
Mike.
Mike is something.
No, no,
It's
but which event?
two, three events like film festival,
Mm-hmm.
then mm, one more a politician's rally or politician is
Okay.
talking to people or their what can I say during election what they do
They address the population or the
address or
voters.
their I think rallies or something
They
and
address the voters. Yeah.
yeah they address the voters and one more award function of athlete.
Okay. Nice. Good. So you've chosen. What is the object that you've chosen?
Mike, and Mike is
Okay.
something it's all knowing. I don't know proper word for that. Antaryami or he know what is
Okay.
means the person is speaking with his tongue, but something else is going on his or her mind. So what can I call for it? Proper English word.
Interesting. I'll need more information on that. Wait, can you explain it again? I need to understand this properly so I give the correct word for this.
Suppose you are sitting there and you are talking to me, but you are thinking about your family or your friends or you are going somewhere else. So I am the person I can understand what is going in your mind. So what we can call antaryami or something.
A mind reader?
Uh,
A
maybe
telepath? Telepath is a
maybe
person who can read minds.
yeah. So I know word only all knowing or whatever. So I think mind reader is okay.
All knowing, like God, is that what you're saying? All knowing like God?
No, a person who can read mind and he can take information.
Yeah, so that see that's what I'm saying. All knowing and person who can read mind, they're really different things. So
Okay,
someone who is all knowing, someone who has knowledge about everything, you could call that omnipresent. So
omnipresent. Okay,
omni is, I think, the Greek version of God. Okay. Um, and
I think mind reader is okay.
yeah, because omnipresent means someone who's present everywhere.
Yeah.
Omnipotent means someone who is always alive and he cannot be destroyed.
Okay.
Okay. So that's like a God version of it. But I think what you're saying, someone who can see what's going on, read the mind,
Yeah.
that person would be a telepath. Like,
Okay. So this
yeah.
mic is telepath. Whoever is holding this mic, Mike knows what is reality, what is going on in head, and the person is speaking something else.
Hmm.
So it's like award function, and actresses are there, and after getting an award, a particular actress, she is thanking to the team and other colleagues, but that Mike
She's
knows what is
thanking the team. Sorry. She's
thanking,
thanking the team.
thanking to the other
See, again,
co-stars.
you said to the. It's not to the. She's thanking the team and
Okay,
she's thanking her
thanking the
co-star.
team, thanking the team or co-stars, and that Mike knows uh, 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 what the things or what she's thinking
What
or
the
whatever
truth is.
what is the truth is or currently what she's thinking. She's saying that I'm thankful to so and so. She was so cooperative. He was so cooperative, and because of them I'm here and I got this opportunity and award. Actually she's thinking from inside, you are the person, you got lead role, you don't deserve it, I'm much better than you.
Hmm.
Look at your face, I'm much prettier than you, but due to partiality or something you got this role and you are in a lead role, so
Hmm.
you are not good enough. I deserve this opportunity, but you got it.
Hmm. So the
But
mic knows what the truth is, what the person is thinking, but also they are being fake and they're saying something else to just be polite or to.
Yeah,
make it look like they are being gracious or they are being thankful.
yeah. And she is abusing, cursing from inside, but just smiling from outside.
Mm,
Second one is for politician. A
okay.
politician rally is going on, and the
Mm-hmm.
politician is saying that just give me votes, and once I'll be elected, I'll change the whole face of our city. I'll develop those things, I'll create an employment, I'll bring those
Mm-hmm.
factories, and I'll what can I say? I'll provide purified water. I'll cut off your electricity bills on a less rate or kind of thing, and
Discounted rate.
in discounted rate or less rate. And inside, he's saying, in this election, I had to spend a lot of money. You just give me votes, then I'll tell you what I can do. You have taken money from me to give votes. So why you are asking for me? Why you are asking me to progress about the city? If you have not taken money from me to vote, then I may think about it. But you have taken money. I had to spend lots of money or in crores. So why I'll recover my money, whatever I have spent, I'll recover that money only, and then see rest of the things. If I feel like to do something for you, then I'll do. Otherwise, I don't care. I'll care my own power on my own that position only, and nothing else. So
What
it
would
was.
like these are very interesting concepts, by the way, and they can be very, very interesting and probably even viral reels. These are very cool real stories where if the mic could talk to you, okay? Now tell me, what would the mic say to the actress and to the politician if suddenly the mic became a human being?
They say liar. First word, liar.
That's true. What else like would the mic say? Tell me, because the mic has experience. The mic has been
Yeah.
used for so many years, and the mic read so many minds. What would the mic say about human beings or that one person, the politician or the actress?
Mike would say that you people are not honest, you are dishonest, you think something else and you speak something else just to make fool to the another person, or you
Hmm.
just misguide people. You are not honest people, or mm, I'm not getting.
You can say everyone that has ever you. This is what the mic will say, by the way. Everyone that's ever used me always said something because they had a motive. They always wanted something out of someone else. No one ever came here and just you know tried to share wisdom or help someone selflessly. You know how it's selfish?
Yes.
Selfish is when you want something for yourself. Selfless is when you don't care about yourself and you want to help the other person, right?
Yes.
So again, selfless is a good word we can use here.
Yeah. So you all people are selfish. You want whatever for you only. You are not thinking about other people, and you just keep lying, misguiding people. You just abuse people from inside, and you are pretending that you are good to them. So I think Mike will say that kind of thing.
Yeah,
And
for
one
sure.
more for athlete. One athlete who is on second position, and he is admiring the person who is on first position, that
Hmm.
yeah, really he did good and he is inspiring, I can learn something from him, and I'll try to do good in next competition.
Better. I'll
So
try to do better.
I'll try to do better in my next competition. I'll prepare. And Mike would say, you were trying to defeat him, you were trying to bring some hurdles uh, on his way, and now you are saying he's a better person. Actually, uh, your mentality, or you are not that good hearted. You will admire somebody, you are
Hmm.
jealous, you are negative about that person, but just
Yes.
the sake of saying on the podium, you are appreciating that person, but actually you are negative, you are jealous, and you are not a person with a positive mindset. So
Yes,
I think,
you have ill intentions.
yeah, ill intentions, you try to hamper his progress or whatever
Mhm.
competition, kind of thing. So I think if Mike is mind reader, it would stay like this thing.
The mic would know what everyone's thinking. Absolutely correct. You know, one thing, this is a really cool thing you said that, the person who came in second has a very bad mentality, or they have a very negative perception of that situation, I could say, right? Because a really cool motivational speaker, I saw one of his videos recently, and he said 95% of the world, 95 or 97% of the world is so busy breaking down other people's buildings because they want their building to be the tallest, right?
Right.
So if you want your building to be the tallest, there are two ways you can do that. You can break down all the buildings that are trying to go above you, okay? Or you can forget about every other building and just focus on your building,
Yes.
right? So he said people who win, people who are successful, are people who don't care about other buildings and they only
Yes.
focus on their own building. But
Yes.
unfortunately, in the society, we have 97% of the people, they forget their own building. They're like, my building is perfect the way it is. I have to make sure no one else builds a building better than mine.
I think 97% is too much. Maybe
It is. What
not
percentage would
that
you
much
think?
number. I think at least 25% people, they don't care of others and they focus on their own progress.
Mhm. But I think that is partially true, and I think that is a a sense of maturity that people have gained very recently, since I think maybe in the last 5 years. But before that, it was not the case. Earlier, even it was such a situation that I remember I had friends where I would tell them something good that happened to me, and their first response would be like, "Yeah, so, ठीक है, it's a fluke," or it would be very negative, and I would always wonder, like, why would you do that? Like, if your friend is saying something that's good, or it's an opportunity that could be very good, instead of demotivating them and making them feel like it's not a big deal, maybe support them, hype them up a little bit,
Yes.
so they know that okay, it is a big deal and I need to focus on it, or I need to put my energy into it, right? And I think you are the same person. You're too focused on your own building, which is very good thing.
Yes. Yes. Because if we keep our eye or our mind on others thing, I think we catch those negative things, and if
Yeah,
once we catch those things, it may go on in your mind. So instead of focus on something good you can do with yourself, because life is too short. I don't think that we will live for 70, 80, 90 years. No, I think nowadays our average life is 65 to 70 years, and
hmm,
we have very less time. So whatever we want to do in this life only, so it's much better. And if you are getting time, just go out, hang out with friends, just enjoy. So why to waste time on others?
definitely, yes, that's true. See, we are very like-minded. I think we have a very similar mentality, and I think it's really cool, right?
Yes.
You
Unless
can
and
correct me if I'm
until you
wrong, by the
keep
way.
some positivity, you can't progress in life.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. You can correct me if I'm wrong, by the way. If you're not similar-minded, then let me know.
No, I think we are.
Okay, cool. All right. Um, right. Let's move on to the actual topic, which we have to talk about. What is it? What is the official title? Is it weird things, or is it? One second. What is normal in your country but not any other country, not elsewhere?
Actually, I haven't been to abroad,
Hmm.
so I don't know much about it. But I think cleanliness is one thing.
Hmm.
We can throw litter anywhere in our country. Like we have, it's our right.
I Yeah. People feel, yeah. People act like it's their right. Yes, you're right.
Yeah, and um, one more thing, I think uh, women, um, in other countries, maybe not all countries, but progressive countries like US, UK, Australia, they
Mhm.
have freedom, or they have that gender equality in, and we Indian, we don't have. Still, we can't go out after 6, but in other countries they can roam freely for our outfits, for our education, and our uh, culture have set those standard that in certain age we should get married, in certain age you should get kids. Like
At a certain age.
it's the ultimate goal of life to get married and they get kids. But I think it's it's a mm, every individual's personal choice what they
Yeah.
want to do with their life. So I think it's not in other countries, it's not
Mhm.
mandatory. Because I had watched a video of a female tutor on Camly, and somebody was asking her, you are 40 plus and why you didn't get married and you just have boyfriend. She said, I'm happy
I
with it
think,
and my
don't you
country
think
didn't
that's a little bit
obligate us.
rude?
So I think we should also have that freedom. If we want to get married, we will do. Otherwise, nobody should compel us. First, our family would compel us, and
Mhm.
if we face them somehow, our relatives or our neighbor or acquaintance, they'll ask, uh, when you will get marry your daughter or your son, kind of thing. So I think it's also a big concern. It's a difference between other countries in and our country. Then one more thing, in India, if a woman is working, a man is working, or man is not working, woman is supposed to do all household chores.
Mhm.
Means woman is working, she's working in office or somewhere else, she's earning, and
Mhm.
again she's working at home also. So at least in my vicinity or in my area, I think in my whole state, men don't do household chores. They won't contribute in cooking or house cleaning or other things. But female, if they have house help, still they have to do something. They take care of their kids and they have to cook for their families. So I think they should teach men to cook, take care of kids, and help in household chores and earn also. And for female, they should not they means people around us or our culture, they should not tell a woman, you are meant to be in home or you have to do all the things. If you are working outside, means it's common
Mhm.
nowadays, all female, they are working outside as well, but it's obligation that they have to work at home as well. So I think at my home, I'll give you an example. If our maid doesn't come, I'll wake up, I'll fold my bed sheet and I'll make my bed. But my brother, he will wake up and he'll go to his work and all mess is there. He won't contribute in anything. So I shout at my mother, why I'll do my own and his also, or you will do for him. He will eat something, he will not take his plates to the sink. We have to do. So I always ask her, why didn't you teach him to do? So we are not his servants to do every time. So I think this is the difference between other countries and our country. I was on Camly, and when I would talk to my tutors, they would tell me that they are doing equally. Once she is cooking, and evening in the evening her husband will cook. She is doing dishes, and then her husband is also doing dishes. So I think it should be. We just call gender equality, but actually it's not there.
Right. I think the difference, and this is the difference in culture. I almost I agree with like 90% of the things that you said. Okay. Um, the difference is in culture because I have a couple of friends who are from different countries. I have friends from South Africa. I have friends from the US. I have friends from uh, Belgium, Ireland. Some of them are just gaming friends. Some people I just game with them online. I've never met them. But they always say that in an American or like in any household in Europe or America, just these countries, by the way, specifically, countries or continents, they have a mentality that I have to train my kid to live alone at the age of 18, right? But I think when it comes to Indians, and again, this is not wrong, it's just about preference. The mentality is okay, my kid is going to live with me forever. So I don't
I
need
think
to train
I
them
think
to live
somewhere
alone.
it should change.
It should change, yeah, definitely.
Not 100%, but for certain things about
But
earning.
definitely. And the thing is, when you have this in a culture that okay, my kid is going to stay with me, he's going to get married in the same house. Like I still live with my parents, right? And my dad, when he got married and I was born, I was the first born child. When and he didn't want to go away from the family, so he literally bought a flat in the same building. So my grandparents live in the other side of the building. They're just right here. Okay. So when it comes to a culture that like sort of encourages that the family stays together, it's not a bad thing, right? But then the discipline, the boundaries, they are not respected,
Yes,
right? So the discipline part will be, and okay, I'm not generalizing anything, but as a guy, okay, let's say my wife is out of town or she's gone to her mother's house, okay. I know when you said your brother doesn't do stuff, I felt very bad because I'm the same. Okay. Like I sleep here and I have a red blanket that I use when my wife is not there. And when she's there, she has her own blanket. I use the red blanket because my dog shares my blanket with me. And she hates it. She hates it. So she's like, that's your blanket with your dog. I'm not sharing my blanket with him because then it stings and then there's like a lot of dog hair and all. So what I do is when I wake up, I brush my teeth, I'll wash my face, I'll have a shower, whatever, I'll have my breakfast. And then I'll sit here and I'll start working. And then I don't do my bed and my blanket's still there, my bed is still a mess. And my mom or my wife will say, why don't you do it? And I'm like, well, I have to sleep again tonight, so why should I do it? It's just leave it like that, you know? So I don't blame your brother because I think that's just a little bit how guys think. We're very logical, we're too logical, right? So um that could also be the problem. And in terms of the culture part that I was saying, I think the fact that the discipline is not there can also affect the financial planning of it. Because if
yes,
you know, it is cheaper to, for me at least right now, let's say I've been married 3 years, but I haven't rented a house, I haven't bought a house, I'm not paying an EMI. So I've saved like at least 10 lakh rupees, I think I would say, because Mumbai expense, the houses are expensive, I would say, right? Now, okay, 10 lakh
you
is
are in
little too.
Mumbai.
Yes, I'm in Mumbai. Yeah. So I have saved that amount of money. I may not see it because I'm not actively saved it, but if I'm paying an EMI or if I'm paying the rent, then I would feel like I'm paying 10 lakh rupees, right? So that is where the difference is in equality because the kids abroad, they have been taught ki after 18, you're leaving my house. Then you do whatever you have to do. You want to work in McDonald's or you want to work at JP Morgan, the bank or the investment firm, you want to become a lawyer, that's completely up to you.
Yes,
Unless you go to university, then I'll pay for that,
yes, yes,
right? And even after that, once you turn 21, get a job, go somewhere else, either different city, different locality. And what that encourages is the person to be independent. Okay.
yes. That's
And when
right.
you live alone, you know how much work it is to wash the
Yes,
vessels,
yes,
cook, to clean the house. Then when you marry someone, you'll feel bad. You're like, why should I tell her to do all the work? Why should I tell him or her to do all the work?
yes,
Obviously, I should help. So that
yes,
again, this is about observing and realizing, not teaching someone something,
yes, yes.
right? So we don't have
I
that
think it
because
it developed this sense of responsibility, sense of
yeah.
contribution. I have to do. It's my responsibility. It's obligation.
Hmm. Exactly. And this is what I think the Indian kids are missing out on. That's why nowadays a lot of Indian kids are going abroad to study. They're going to different cities to study. Like Pune is a very big student city where a lot of people come to study. And I feel like that contributes to life success because at an early age you get a sense of responsibility,
Yes,
right? Because you're living in a PG with like five other guys, so now you have to be clean. You don't have
yes,
an option of being dirty, or else all of them will fall sick.
yes,
So these small things build character, they build personality, and eventually they make a big difference when you're 50 years old and you have to teach your son or your daughter how to live life, right?
yes, yes.
See,
Exactly.
we had such a cool conversation. I didn't realize the session is about to get over.
Yes,
Right. So I hope this made sense to you, at least my observation of the situation,
yes, yes.
right? And hopefully this will make you think about how things should be different and how we can achieve, I wouldn't say gender equality because there's only one country in the world that has tried gender equality, legally speaking. Uh, but I do get what you're saying, shared responsibility, and not making it a compulsory thing that the woman has to clean or the woman has to cook or something
Yes,
like that.
yes.
I agree with that part, absolutely.
I think we come to an end. Please give me my
Yes.
feedback.
So I always give the feedback as soon as the mistake is made. I already asked you that, right?
Yeah.
I think you need to slow down a little bit, not too much, maybe 10%, maybe 15%, because you have all the theory, you know everything. You just have to slow down so you can remember, acha, here I can put this word, here I can
Hmm.
add this phrase. Oh,
Hmm.
here I don't need to say the to because articles, like you said, is an issue. Even in your feedback, I noticed article was an issue. So you are adding too many to's. She's thanking to her colleagues. She's thanking her colleagues,
Hmm.
right? Um, there are lots of examples. I think if you look at the recording, you'll be able to see it. But overall, I think the conversation was very nice. You had some very good points, some very good observations, and yeah, hopefully I get to see you again, and get to have more
If
interesting
I get
conversations.
your slot.
Oh, don't say that now. They're available. You know, you booked three of
No,
them.
I was searching you since last many months. Every time
I've
you
been
were booked.
active for 1 month, I think.
Okay. For next
Yeah.
time, I'll book my 2 sessions are in backlog, so I'll try to
Mhm.
book those.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. It was very nice meeting you, and we had great conversations, and I hope to see you again. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, me too.
Thank you so
Okay.
much. Have a great week. Bye bye.
Bye. Good night.